Hi crafters, this is Crafty Sabby and I'm here today to share a couple of different things. So I feel like I've been away for a while. I probably have. I don't even remember the last time I posted a video, but life has been crazy and I've been not feeling very well for the last couple of weeks, and I unfortunately lost my creative juices. So I'm gonna try today. So I've been doing some more garage sailing. I think that's the last video that I posted, and I guess this weekend was since the last one was the first one I've been to, and I found a few things, but so what we're going to start with first is, I was at one garage sale and I came across this tag, and it's really quite cute. Had feathers on it and a little key, a little postcard. What caught my eye was the trim, because I have some trim like this, the paper, and some ribbon here. And so I really like them and I wanted to come home and recreate some myself. So that same day I had actually been over to Michael's and picked up this paper pad. It's a Tim Holtz and it is called, I guess it's called Paper Stash. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. So we never really had too much Tim Holtz stuff at the Michael's here where I live, and recently they've just brought in quite a bit of stuff. So this may be old, I have no idea. It's new to me and I fell in love with it. It's so, I guess that is upside down now suddenly, but my desk is a mess if you could just see it. But the papers are just beautiful. So really fell in love with this paper pad, and so I sort of rushed home and had this, you know, tag sort of in my mind, and I wanted to give it a shot. So what I did is I get my ruler here. I cut down, so I made a bunch. So here's the ones I made, plus some that I've completed already, which I'll show you. But some are just actually cut right from the paper because I liked both sides so much I couldn't cover it. So some are like that, and then some I cut out of just regular file folder. Some old manila ones that I had colored, and some I actually made out of what do you call those? Punch cards? Clock punch? Yeah, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So I made some out of those. So I made my tags about 7 1/4 by 3. So they're a good size. They'd look really good on the front of our journals, or even inside. If you didn't make them too bulky, they might fit in pockets in the pages. But they came, then I poked a hole with my, I always call this a crocodile. I don't even know if that's really what it's called, but you know, this big pink thing that puts the grommets or eyelets or whatever in. And so I got from one of the garage sale finds that I went to, if you remember, I told you I got a bunch of these grommets, and so I used those, and I put one in every tag so that I could feed through some ribbon or whatever. So, and then what I did is I just took some of my trims, and I got these at Michael's some time ago too. They came in a package of all of these were in like one package. I forget how much they were. I think I used my coupon, maybe $15. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that. But so I found all my trims that kind of resembled excuse me, the one on this tag. I'm trying not to have a coughing fit right now. And use them on the bottom of these tags. So that would have been my next step. I used a little bit of walnut stain to finish the edges. And then I took out, if you remember, also from that same garage sale, I ended up with that whole entire box of buttons. So I took out bits and pieces of all my stuff. And what really caught my eye about that one is the feathers, and I wanted to use feathers. So I just went to my dollar store and I found these packages of feathers. These have sort of brown tips. So for anybody in Canada interested, these are actually from Dollarama. And then I found white ones, and they're flying around right now. So I got those. And then these were at like a party place, I don't know. But they have these really pretty pink ones. Really light pale pink. And then some more white ones. And I like these ones because, sorry about that glare, they were a little more fuzzy. They're just totally flying everywhere right now. So this is how some of mine turned out. I was really pleased with them. So I put some lace trim, the feathers on the sides. These have some bits of lace. And then I used all the buttons, some of the buttons, not all, from that garage sale find. And I tried to use them and just put a little tie on there, and that's it. These are also from a dollar store, that same party place that we have here. And look, I just went crazy. They have hearts and butterflies and feathers. You know. So I picked up a bunch. And so this one also has some lace trim. This is a butterfly from like a Tim Holtz ephemera pack that I just recently got. So there's a lot of stuff in there. That's called Layers. So I used my coupon for that. And then I printed off a bunch of these little, off my computer. They say postcard. And I just printed those off on my computer and just used them on here. This is some vintage lace that I just put around. There's a little key, a piece of lace, and another little button there. I'll just go through these really quick. This one has some eyelash trim. This one has a big clear button on it. I love that button. And this one has yellows in it, so I put a little yellow button there. Sorry, I'm not even in frame. And this is a doily. So also from my garage sale finds, I've been finding a lot of doilies. And so I come home and I cut them up, and I'm left with the little circles from the doilies. And I cut everything up. So seriously, I got little ones, and then the little parts. I used them all. I used every part that I can. I cut it up as best as I can. And they're so cute for things like that. Like these. So I'm really glad when I find doilies. So I have a nice little collection now. So this is another one. This one's super cute. I love it, with the feather. Little white feathers, and another Tim Holtz ephemera from the collection, or from that, pack. A little button there. Here's another one. This is one of the buttons that I got. I just kind of clipped the back off so it would sit flat, and it's sitting on one of those little doily pieces that I cut up. There's a little angel or cherub on there, on the feathers. So, yeah. Oh, I think we might have seen this one already. So I really enjoyed making those. That was a lot of fun. So give that a try. It's super easy to do. I mean, we've all made tags before, but it's nice to be able to dress them up a little bit. And like I said, they might be a little bulky to put inside the journal, but maybe on the front cover or for something else. And I'm just working on this one now with this has a little bit of pink in it. So that's, I don't want to cough. So that's what I've been working on there. So just quickly, I want to show you a few other things that I found at the garage sales that I went to this weekend. Actually, a few weeks ago, my husband was coming home from work in the morning and saw a sign for a garage sale, and he decided to stop. And he came home with the most wonderful thing, and I was thrilled. So this is like an entire album. It's not a huge album, but anyway, you can see how many pages are in there. And it is completely filled with postcards. Old postcards from like 1910 and maybe even a little earlier. So they're all Canadian, and they're all mostly between, I believe, two sisters and maybe a few other family members. But oh my goodness, I was in my glory when I saw this. I think I've read them all. The stamps are just incredible, like 1 cent. Yeah, so I got carried away just totally reading this. So I want to just show you one here that caught my eye. So there's this one here. Okay, I died when I read the back of it. Okay, this one is from 1910 with that 1 cent postage on it. And the part where that you write what you want to say, the correspondent says, "How much do you want for that cow?" Come on. Like, it's still funny. I don't know. Can you believe that? I wonder, you know, like, you write that out, you're wondering how much this darn cow costs. And then, like, how long before it gets to where it's going, just to wait for it to come back. So, I don't know. The whole thing is just crazy. I love that. So, yeah, like I said, there's just, it goes on and on and on. They're wonderful. I love them. Christmas, Easter, every occasion. They're just beautiful. This one says, "I'm making clothes for the children. Come over and bring your sewing." So yes, hubby did a great job with this. Wonderful find. And then so at the back there's some even more postcards, some letters, and this has even more postcards inside of it. So I think that was like hitting the jackpot. I certainly do not know how I'm going to part with any of them. I don't know if I can take copies of them, but I don't know. So that was that. I was super thrilled about that. And then just this past weekend, I was at one garage sale and I picked up these little containers. So they got 3 compartments in there. It got a little handle. So I picked up 2 of those, and I think I spent $6 on those. Super cute, and I really like them because I have so much stuff, and when I'm making a journal, I kind of forget what I have. So the things that I kind of reach for the most are the things I want to put in here, like, you know, little envelopes and stuff, tags, you know, library cards, that sort of thing. And then, so the other one is the same. And I just got my, you know, pre-made envelopes and maybe some, what do you call those little cards? And some of those ephemera packs. And then I also found, at another garage sale, I found this game. It's in French. Didn't really bother me much about that. But I just kind of really liked the cards that were in here. I thought they would be really cute for journals. That one's cute with the stop sign, just to add a little color. So I got those. I think that cost me a whole $1 maybe. I'd like to say less, but we'll just say for the sake, $1. So then another garage sale, I didn't actually find anything that I paid for, but they had a tarp down and they had a bunch of, it said free. So I was looking through and I actually came across some books with music in it. So these always come in handy. I couldn't find a date on this one. Anyway, so I was thrilled about that. Here's another one. So, and these were really neat too. They're already a really beautiful color. And these are like just several copies of the same thing. And I loved it because it has O Canada on it. So that was really neat. So I got those for free. And then I went to another garage sale where I found all of this stuff. So the first thing that kind of caught my eye was some of these books. You know, I thought they would be cute just to use in some pages for my journal. So I'm going to be taking that one apart. And then there was this You Can Read like game, and it just has a bunch of these cards in it. So I guess the point is you fold it and you can make the words, you unfold it, it's got words all over. So I thought I could, you know, cut it down, make tags out of them, use them for the insides of journals. So that's probably what I'll do with that. I don't know how old this is. And then I came across this container, I guess it was from Chatelaine, there. And inside of it are tons of recipes. And they're already kind of, you know, brown in color. I thought I could use those. There's so many recipes in there, it's crazy. And then from that same garage sale, I came across this box that wasn't even open yet. And look, it's transparency. And I don't know if well, yeah, I have some other videos I'm showing. I also make cards. I love to make cards. And here in Canada, I don't know, I guess everywhere else too, I would suspect it's the same, but this transparency film is so expensive. I think a package like this in the store is like upwards of like 60 bucks, I think. So I don't buy it. I usually just cut up packaging and do whatever I have to do. So I saw this and I was basically like, I don't care how much that is, I'm buying it, sort of thing. So I asked her and she's like, oh, I'll give it to you for $5. I'm like, okay, fine, sold, right? So I went to pay. So I got all of that stuff that I just showed you from the same garage sale. And each other thing was, I think, $1, 6, 7. So I don't know, I was going to give her like $8 or something, which I did give her $8. She says, well, hang on, I have some more of the, she saw how happy I was about the transparency film, so she actually had 2 more boxes of it. So I ended up bringing home 3 full boxes of transparencies. They're full, I'm telling you. And so I have no idea, I will never use this in my entire lifetime, but I wasn't going to leave it there. So I was thrilled about that. So that was a really, really good find. And I think that's it for what I found at the garage sales. I think. I don't have anything else to show you. So, so just quickly while I'm here, coming up, so I was at a dollar store and I found these tea filters. And I'm not sure, I think I've seen a few people, I'm not really too sure how I'm going to use them yet. These little bags, I'm sure you could probably stamp on them, maybe vintage them up a little, make little pockets for the journals. So I'm going to come up with something and I'll try to do a tutorial on it, but I don't know, maybe you guys can let me in on your ideas or what you think, if you've done this before, if you've used them, I don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot and see what I can come up with. So we will be working on that. And also at my dollar store, I found these beautiful journals. They were $4. Let me get in here. $4. There's a green, a brown, and a blue, and those covers just attracted me. Look, they got corners, and the paper inside is actually really pretty too. It's lined. But I think what I'm going to do is gut them and obviously make my own journal from the covers. And so I'm kind of excited about doing those and kind of make them the same, you know. So that's another project that I've been thinking about. And that's it. So hope you guys will give these tags a try. And let me know what you think about those tea bag, what do you call those, tea filters. And that's it. So I hope you guys are all doing well. And we will be back soon with another video. Hopefully a tutorial of some sort. And that's it. So take care, you guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.